Here we go. Hello, everybody. Ah, last week I was told that StreamYard and OBS were not playing together, and this week the Goblins are still with us. So all kind of fun stuff going on. You see in the background all my friends. Queen Ruby is here. Todd, TLF Woodworks is here, or excuse me, TLF Works is here, and Wayne, the Jedi Master, is here. We are glad
Good
all you
evening,
guys are
everyone.
here. They're, they're going to keep me straight. Hopefully, keep you guys straight. And there's something else popped up. Holy cow! I'm gonna
I
put
just
you
got a
guys.
message that you're going live.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Maybe we all ought to switch over to me and watch. All right. I've done here in the recent past a project that has been a lot of fun. Um, some people have been asking for some carbide demonstrations. We get plenty of carbide in the live turning world, but I don't do a lot of them. And so we're going to turn this little piece, a nice little bird's mouth uh, vase, bowl, whatever you want to call it, but with a twist. Hello. It's got a hole plumb through. It was a fun piece. This is the one, two, third one of these. We're going to turn the fourth one of these, and it's crazy. It's crazy. We'll get to it here in just a second. Show you what we're starting off with. Just basically a little bit of a branch, but as you can see, it is hollow all the way through. This one, like so many, has a crack down the side. I mean, that's a healed over kind of a crack. That may be where ants, water, whatever got in. Um, the wood on the inside is hard. It's not punky at all. So I'm suspecting it's ants primarily. It's got some other indications that maybe it's ants, but that's a pretty good crack. I've already put a little bit of glue in this like halfway up just to help hold that together because we're going to spin it. We're going to spin it this way. We're not going to spin it this way. Okay, so it's going to have holes in the top and it'll have two holes in the side, and that's where we're going. So where this big crack is, I'm going to put that at the headstock side, make that my top, and with that, while I'm getting that ready, I'm going to let I'm going to let these guys fight it out as to who is going to read off the chat.
Well,
There
Jimmy
we
did it last week.
go. Yes, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. We've got Ian Wallace in. Um, Jennifer's here. Good evening, Jennifer. Obviously, Ruby's here. Ronald Todd's in. And he's asking Ruby, how is everything up north?
Hey, we finally thawed out. It actually got above freezing today.
Excellent. Deal is here. Zed's in. Good evening, Zed.
Did you miss MB wood turning, which is
No,
Mark?
I'm just getting there. I'm just getting there. MB Woodturning's here, and his name is Mark. Michael McEwen is in. Rob from Klingspor's here. I'm still going down. Pete is wishing everybody a good morning. And
Good
Ruby's
morning,
asking Pete if his dippers are done.
Yes, he's prepared for spring, which won't get here for another 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, well, better to be prepared. Doug Bennett's in. Todd at Glen Cove is here. Roger Wallam's here. I'm still going down. Chris Charlton has said, good evening, Doug, Ruby, Wayne, and all in the chat. Just for the record, I'm not interested in whether Wayne is getting back into turning. Nice one, Chris. Zed has said, I might carry on laughing through all of this. So Zed has said, I for one wish Wayne would spend less time on his other channel, Disco Down at the Dancing Dandies, and give the Turners some love again. Carsten's in. I'm still going down. Andrew from Wavy Woodshed is here. Mike Evans.
Did you get Tom Kenny?
Oh, no, I must have missed that one, unless I haven't gotten down that far down. I'm still going down. Ray Apadaka is here. Or is it Daka? Dasa?
Might have went by Malcolm Douglas there.
I think, did I not mention Malcolm? Good evening, Malcolm. Sorry if I missed you. Anthony Green. Johnny Foster's in. He'll be in for a few minutes until his break is over. He's obviously still at work. Al's in. Albert Dawson. Good evening, Al. And Haley's in. Hiya, Haley.
You gotta love it when you drop a tool and it goes right in your trash can. You gotta love it.
Jim Selby's here. And I'm nearly at the bottom. Spun by Green Jeans is here.
I think you've got them all.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling down.
Now, Zed says it looks like you borrowed some of his termites for this one, Doug.
Well, actually.
Oh, the Vineyard Farmhouse has just come in.
Hey, Brian.
And Mike's
All
in. Dances with Aardvarks. I've got to say, I love your spirograph work you're doing at the moment, Mike. I know you said you were, that was a bit of a sidetrack getting into that, but I absolutely love them.
And Mick Dews has joined us. Hi, Mick.
Hiya, Mick. Hi,
Hey,
you
Mick.
abrasives, everyone.
Not a lot of abrasives being used tonight, so we'll use some, but not a lot.
I'm down at the bottom now.
All right, I just took the cone center off so I could have this more of a cup center. I'm losing my grip a little bit, partly because it's not greenwood, but it's a fresh turning, and I'm using, this is hackberry. I didn't mention that a while ago, and I'm starting off with my carbide, easy wood carbide. This is a R4 tip on here, which is
I like that one for roughing out.
yeah. It just seems
Woodward
to
Walls come in.
be a little nicer on us than the dead square ones.
I like the square one for starting out like that. Woodworm Paul has joined us. Hi, Paul.
Brian has said he's working on a window trim right now, watching and listening, but can't comment too much. Hope everyone is doing well.
And Mick Dews has joined us.
Yeah, I said, Mick. I said, look,
Okay.
watch out for your abrasives.
Yep.
I can't complain. He brought me some U at Harrogate.
Mama Sneaks is here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama. I am using a steb center in the headstock side.
Looks like those are pretty light cuts.
I am making very light cuts because it's wanting to spin on that steb center.
Yeah.
Might help too if I would bring my tool rest around square instead of like I normally do, coming up from the bottom.
And Liz, the broom rider 269, has joined us.
Evening,
Hey,
Liz.
Liz.
She says
Good to
you're
see you.
looking good, Doug.
Thank you, ma'am. Well,
And Chris is in from Bailey Woodworks.
hey, Bailey.
Chris. And the small woodlot has joined us, and he says, hello all. Still working, so I will mud duck you all. Gee, thanks.
I don't know if that's a nice thing or not.
I'm trying to learn that one right now.
Google is your friend.
Right?
I tell you what, I've seen some things, heard some things that I didn't know what it was, so I went and Googled it. And some of it I wish I hadn't. Oh goodness, there was I know it was late night over there in England because it was late for me as I was watching a live video, and one of the folks that doesn't do lives anymore. But the discussion in the chat and with the guy's partner, I was not understanding, so I went and checked out what they were saying. I wished I had not.
Well, he says that it basically means that he's listening in.
Yeah.
Now,
Roger Kent's in.
what kind of wood did you say that was?
This is hackberry.
Okay.
That's about the fifth or sixth time I've tightened up my tailstock.
Well, the very first time that Mike Davies and Craig Heffron came over to the wood show here in Canada, when they were first addressing the audience that we had there, I introduced them by saying that I was just there to translate their English to our English.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my other square one because I know it's got a sharper blade on it. That one may be getting dull on me.
Now, Zed is saying that in Seattle, mud dog is a derogatory name for women from Bremerton.
I think I had heard it used that way a little bit, maybe.
You wouldn't use such language, would you?
No, I wouldn't. I heard it.
Oh, okay.
That's not me. I'm not that guy.
I didn't think you were.
Yeah. Let's see here. Here we go. Now this one. Yeah, this one's got the, no, this is the R4. This is the 4-inch radius. The other one was the 2-inch radius. Well, it's hanging too.
I think it's because both the tell you the truth, Doug. That's probably why that's happening.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up. What'd you say?
Sorry, but I think it's because both of your drives are just going into bark and probably not in solid wood. That's why you keep on hanging up.
That may be part of it as well. Like I said the other day, that hollow I think is, well, I said it a while ago. The hollow is, I'm pretty sure, caused by ants and some of their leavings in the wood has made it extremely hard.
Okay, the small woodlot has said mud duck is a term used in CB lingo for listening in and not commenting a lot.
And Canada said that in honor of Zed, science is showing crocodiles can grow up to 18 feet, though most only have 4.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to turn this a different direction. I'm not gonna have enough wood in the bottom for a tenon here. It's getting too thin. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to make this side where my tenon is.
Yeah,
My
Mike
natural
McKeon
gap's
was
gonna be.
just asking if you had enough solid wood for one.
Yeah, not in that direction. I don't, but I will. I will here. Let's see. I'm gonna do it that way. There we go. That's
And
the
Mick,
nice thing about using the drive center. Well, putting it between centers to get started is you can change it. Okay, Wayne, what'd you start to say?
Mick Hughes has won the prize for tonight. Wayne, have you been back in the workshop at all? Well done, Mick.
You went out behind the wood shop, didn't you?
I lost some tiles off the workshop roof on Friday.
Yeah, it was pretty windy, wasn't it?
It definitely was. I don't even know if Dale has got any power back on yet.
Wow.
Well, Mike was asking, so what's a rubber ducky? My understanding, it's the little toy plastic duck you put in the bathtub with kids of all ages.
Works for me.
And Zed says that Doug, this turn is making him nervous, and that's saying something. Well, Zed, you better go get your face shield just in case.
There you go.
Dutchman's Wood Shack is in.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Right, Johnny's got to go back to work.
All right, Johnny. Take care. There we go. There we
The
go.
small wood lot has said Rubber Ducky was a handle or call name used in the Chris Christopherson movie.
Yeah.
The song.
And you're getting a warning to be careful, Doug.
From who this time? All right. Get a tin made here real quick, and then we can get on with it.
Hey, and Heather's finally joined us. She
Hiya,
had to
Heather.
stay at her son's house last night. There was a storm that was way too bad to drive home in.
Yeah, Chris from Bailey's has said that was from Convoy. Twins Woodchuck is asking, what are you trying to make? It's going to be a bird's mouth bowl, hollow type of thing. With there it is.
Hollow in both directions. Through the side, through the top. It's just fun. Just fun, they say. I'm going to use my parting tool just to clean up my tenon here. Get it square.
Did anyone ever tell you you're nuts, Doug?
Who, me? Nah.
To tell you the truth, I really yes, I do. I really like doing things like this. I think they're very interesting.
They are. They are.
Zed says, I think the technical term for that style of bowl is shrapnel.
Well, it could end up being that way. Okay, I'm going to change over to my round cutter here just to make some shape on this.
I've been watching the progression of these bowls, this being the fourth one, and it seems like each one is getting, starting out with less and less material in it.
Yes, I noticed that too.
Bigger cracks, bigger voids.
It's just the happenstance of the wood.
But the one you just showed on the screen was by far my favorite of the three that you've done so far. So because of that crack that went all the way up through the rim.
Yes.
Now, Mike's asking, do you think 5mm squares are too small for basket illusion? That's cutting it pretty fine, Mike. Depends on the size of the piece, I think.
Is that going to have carving in it, or using like a pen?
Usually with basket illusion these days, people color it.
Yeah, coloring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the question is, Doug, have you done your last will and testament? And it's a good thing your wife is a nurse.
And she's off today.
So she's home.
She is home. But I am wearing my face shield.
And Heather said she's working on a basket illusion right now, and that's about 5mm. And that's just under 1/4 of an inch for those of you that use Imperial.
Good says he had a vase turned shrapnel on him on Saturday. Took a pause and turned a candlestick.
I'm waiting for one of these times when I go to tighten up my tailstock, and I hear this crack.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes just by turning up the speed, you can get it to overcome that desire to stop.
Yeah, I'm at 12:15 right now.
So Heather uses a 1/2-inch beading tool.
No,
doing-
1/8 inch beading tool.
Oh, sorry, a 1/8-inch beading tool.
See where I am. I wanted to take out some of this bark on the sides. So we're not too bad. That's a whole lot of bark left there on that side. And I'd really like to get rid of where I had my.
Yeah, and Anthony is asking if anyone knows where you can get the light grease that comes with a chuck when you buy it. He has some, but it's not that quality of grease. I would think it's just a very fine machine grease.
I'm sorry, he's looking for what? Where to buy?
That thin grease that is covering the chuck when you first buy it.
Oh. Yeah, I would think it's just assembly grease.
And the Dustman's Woodchuck, he's had a couple of things out here. He's just posting stuff from his friends in Hawaii. And he might do a live today sometime from a friend's woodworking shop.
No, I don't think that he would use bacon grease.
The thing is, with whenever you buy a chuck or jaws, like Anthony was saying, you usually clean that off before you start using it anyway.
Well, sometimes you do want to use a nice grease on either the jaws or even your lathe bed.
See, I don't tend to use a wax or grease on my lathe bed. I tend to use a PTFE spray.
Dry lube of some kind.
Yeah, dry lube. Yeah.
Now, Mike McEwen says he thinks it's white lithium grease, and I think that would be about right. And Anthony says that to Zed that he would kill for a bacon sandwich now. I would too, as long as the bacon is crispy.
Holy cow. What's going on? Something's going on here.
Yeah, it looked like you just pushed that tailstock up an inch.
It went up a lot further than it should have.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It collapsed.
Well, you've got a nice shape going.
Well, it was. It
Can
was.
you fit that tenon into the jaws yet? Oh no, it's
Oh
gone.
no.
Yep, there was an inclusion I didn't see. It snapped and collapsed on
Those
itself.
things happen.
Yeah, that's wood. That's what happens. Oh, so let's do. I don't have any wood around, you know. It's not hollow.
You
But-
don't? What do you mean you don't have any wood around?
Tongue in cheek.
We're going to have a talk with this young man later, Wayne.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. It's
What
not
kind of
hollow,
wood's
but
this?
it's the same stuff.
Oh.
It's just not bugging. Let's see. Let's turn the speed down before I turn it on. Ah.
And Michael
1,000
has said,
RPM.
no, somebody put, who was it put in? Where the hell was it? Somebody put, Jim Selby put in Cosmoline grease, so did Thomas Kenny. And Michael McCune has said that Cosmoline, or line, however, is the heavy protectant that is put on machines to protect from rust.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the heavy stuff. It's nasty.
See, what I would find, if you're putting wax onto your jaws or onto your chuck or anything like that, they're going to get covered in dust. And the wax is going to hold on to the dust.
Well, one good thing I learned at the wood show in Toronto was how to take the undercarriage of my banjo apart so that I could clean down there.
Mm.
And I'll tell you, that really made a difference.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, if you're having troubles, that's the thing to do. I did mine, 2 weeks ago maybe?
Now, this wasn't just doing it, cleaning the plate that comes up against the ways. This was cleaning the bar that runs the full length of the banjo.
Exactly.
I was amazed how dirty it was.
That wax gets up in there and you add that dust to it. It's like a paste.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure the recommendations for any of the chucks is to not have grease on them and leave them dry.
Yeah, something like that. Dry lube.
Yeah, dry
which
lube.
Is this one has Teflon in it. Some do, some don't. But PTFE, like Wayne was saying, which is more of a generic kind of stuff, so that it doesn't leave a whole lot of film that attracts dirt.
Now, the small woodlot says he's getting a delivery of wood today. We'll have to see if any is worthy of the lathe. Well, if you get too much, I know some people that would be happy to help relieve you of it.
Yeah. All right, that's coming out good. This is more your typical hackberry. Got a little too much light, you can't see it, but there's a ring of dark spotting going around the pith. That's very common in hackberry. For Lucky, this is right here is a piece of another branch that was coming out. So we may get a little feathering in the side. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would.
There we go. Since we had to start over, I just went ahead and we're going to do it with quote unquote traditional tools.
Except we know they're not traditional, right, Wayne?
That's right.
That's right. They're not
Traditional.
made out of stone.
Our traditional ones were all stone, weren't they, Wayne?
That's right.
Exactly. Oh, they were. Oh, I'm forgetting the name of that bloody word again.
Oh, I know what you mean.
The volcanic glass-like substance.
Yeah, the basalt. Oh,
Oh yeah.
boy, I've gone brain dead as well.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Going
couldn't
brain
remember
dead?
I couldn't remember. No, this particular type of substance. I couldn't remember it last week either.
Hmm.
I'm getting a spam call. Don't they know that I'm on live?
Probably. That's why they time it for this time.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's my tenon, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Just make sure we're not quite all the way around.
Jim says obsidian, and Todd says obsidian.
There you go.
Obsidian,
That was
that's
it.
it.
Yeah, we want to put a B on the front of it, and that's not right, is it?
Yeah, Zed thinks that they want to talk to you about an extended warranty on your lathe.
That's it. That's it. There are times when I wonder, should I have a warranty, extended warranty on my lathe? There we go.
At my age, I don't think it's worth taking one out. Team has joined us. Welcome.
Good grief.
And Alan Gibb has joined us. Hi, Al.
It's good to have every one of you in the chat today. It's always good.
I'm sorry if I'm a bit quiet. I keep on getting messages coming through.
Oh, you're fine.
It's your fan club, Wayne, all wanting to know when you're coming back. Zed said, go ahead, Todd.
I was going to say, yeah, he said he had an extended warranty on his first Harbor Freight lathe, exercised the complete replacement 3 times, and then they cut him off. I had that with a pump from them. I don't remember what it was. A little pump. Three or four times I turned it into them.
Jim says he's been getting scam mails about outstanding road toll fees. And they had a big thing on the news about how that's just a scam that's being done from China, apparently.
All right, okay. We've only got one toll road over here, as far as I'm aware.
Well, that's the one you have a tool standing underneath it, isn't it?
The only one we have is on the
Well,
M6.
you're breaking up again, Wayne.
Again? Okay, I'll keep quiet a minute and see if it works out.
Well, coming home from the wood show, I let Rob lead the pack. And for some reason, his GPS always goes to toll roads. So I had to overtake him and then lead the way because I make sure mine's set for no toll road.
All right.
As far as I'm aware, the only toll road we've got in the UK is on the M6 motorway down in the Midlands.
Hmm.
And you don't have to use it. That's the thing. It's an option. It just tends to be less busy around the Midlands area if you do use it.
Well, we have one major one, the 407 up near Toronto, and for some reason they allowed a consortium in Spain to take over running it, so all the money from it's been going over there. And I guess they're
Oh,
going to take it back and not charge any tolls on it.
sorry, there is one of the Dartford Tunnel and bridge that has a toll as well, which is sort of the east of London.
Just going to change my detail tool just to get this lip straightened out here.
Oh, and Chris Charlton said the Tamar Bridge as well. I didn't know that one, Chris.
All right. Louisville, Kentucky is down southwest of me, and they built a new bridge going across the Ohio River from Louisville into Indiana out on the east side of Louisville. After years and years of fussing about it, people who lived in that area didn't want to give up their property, which I understand. But they found all kind of silly reasons to stop the bridge. Anyway, they finally built it, put a toll on it, and so now more people go through downtown Louisville than they ever did before. That was the whole purpose of building the bridge, was to get the traffic out of Louisville.
Hmm.
That totally wrong. My first thing is
No,
sort of
you're
another
still
one.
you're still breaking up, Wayne.
Right, I'll just leave it. I may come back.
All right, we're gonna stand just a little bit. I'm getting bumping because of that bark area, but that's only on one side at this point. And it's the same principle whether you got solid wood or wood with a hole in it. Just with a hole in it, if it's already there, it just gives you the extra wow factor to your finished product.
Now, with the orientation of the wood on the lathe, your cut direction becomes quite interesting when you're making those cuts. If you're trying to keep down torn grain.
Yeah, this is side grain like you normally do a bowl, but because of all the end grain, I mean it's mostly end grain, and it's got that one big knot in it. I found that there were a couple of cuts there that I couldn't make if I didn't go against the bulk of the grain. But yeah, like you say, Ruby, it gets interesting. Just pay attention and do the best you can. Try to get your last cut with the grain so that you reduce your tear out, which reduces your sanding.
Looks
Wayne,
like all of us were here now. We're all four on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The Dutchman's Wood Shack says that he started a model train channel. And Rob from Copper Hollow thought it was Stephen Hawking talking at first. So we're glad you're back, Wayne. You're much better looking than Stephen was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for sure.
Right. I've changed microphones. Is it any different?
Yeah.
Yes, quite a bit.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to do some of this YouTube sanding just to get the bulk of it done. I'll come back later if I need to. I may or may not need to.
Now, the small woodlot made an interesting point. A friend of his is battling the state government because the one road that passes his driveway just became a toll road, and the state doesn't want to make any concessions for him or buy him out.
It's ridiculous.
my.
That just sounds wrong.
Yes, it
That,
does.
that
totally
sounds
ridiculous.
wrong on every level,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it sounds typical government.
All right. That actually feels pretty good. Not too bad. And that bark, I got just enough sandpaper on against that bark. It's nice and smooth as well.
And that
All
little
right.
branch is showing up with a nice feature.
That one?
Yep.
Yes, that was that branch. And that branch was hollow. So it must have been close to these other hollow areas.
Thank you, Zed. I pronounced it government, and he corrected me. It's government.
Good.
Wow, Doug, that's close.
There's space, but just
That's what they call a perfect fit on your jaws, right?
close to it anyway. If it's not perfect, it's pretty close. I may be just beyond perfect.
What? You're better than perfect?
Well, you get beyond perfect, it's not perfect any longer, is it?
Hmm.
It's like 20/20 vision. Well, if my vision is 20/10, that's not better than perfect. I've gone beyond it. Oh, I'm not that lucky. Mine is definitely nearsighted, so
Well, I was nearsighted until I had cataract surgery, and now I'm farsighted. And to be honest with you, I'd rather be nearsighted.
really.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
I've gotten to the point where with my glasses they want me to wear bifocal. Well, I wear bifocals so that I can see near and far. Well, I like to wear contacts, and they have not perfected the science of bifocal contacts at this point. So what they're doing with me anyway is they've made one eye my distance eye, one eye is my reading eye. That's all fine, but every once in a while I wish both eyes were the same.
Yeah, I can get away with
So
bifocals with that. Where it's a sudden change from the upper part of the glasses to the lower part. So I've got varifocals for years.
Just trying to get a depth hole here. There we go.
You want to change camera, Doug?
Yeah, I'll do that. I can do that. Get that glove out of my way. There we go. There you can see where I did my depth hole. So now we know where we're going.
Oh, we already know, Doug. We've all gone crazy a long time ago.
That's right.
In fact, some of us have started back on the route home.
All right. I do want to leave just a little bark out here on the rim, but I'm going to try to follow one eye on the inside, one eye on the outside, as we were talking about eyes being different a while ago.
See,
Um,
that's one of the superhuman things that happens. You learn to see through wood.
Yeah.
I hate to say it,
Hey,
Wayne, but you're breaking up again.
again, oh god.
Yeah. It's almost like a battery, but not. I
Very
don't know.
electronic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can see I've got a little bit of bark all the way around. I've got a little extra that'll sand. Okay, we're doing good. Get myself down into the body of the bowl part, and then we can start hollowing. We're actually into it now, but we can get the bulk of this wood out of here.
Mike is saying, Wayne, he thinks your audio issues are internet based, not
No,
microphone based.
no, I've got download speeds of nearly 500 and upload speeds of well over 100. I don't think it's internet.
Yeah, see, your
Okay.
voice right now is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go back to my. No, let's don't. Started to say we'll go back to my little small finishing tool, but we're not. We're going to go to the
I was
the
going to
number
say,
one hollower.
yeah, that's a great tool for that.
Definitely. No, talking about crazy earlier on. I was crazy. I used to think I was well crazy, but with the amount of craziness that's in the world at the moment, I'm pretty damn normal.
Yep, I'd have to agree with that.
Tell you what, the world right now really is crazy. We think things are getting better, and next thing you know, the nuts are out again, and unbelievable. See what that dark spot is. It just appeared in the bottom.
Is that a void?
Nope, nope. It's a dark spot in the wood. That's what I was afraid of, Todd.
Yeah.
I thought I'd opened something up that wasn't supposed to be there, but no, it's a dark spot in the wood. Okay, hope I don't get in your all's way of seeing what's going on.
We seem to have a pretty good view right now.
I think I shared with you all quite a while back. My dad called me one day out of the blue. He said, "You know that hollower that I got you that was so had that tiny cutter on it?" I said, "Yeah." Does that really work? Yeah, Dad, it really works. He went and got one. He's like a lot of us. He uses it on the inside of his bowls a lot now.
And Ronald has said, "Don't confuse crazy with the pure lack of common sense."
That's a good
Well,
point.
common sense is actually becoming quite extinct.
Yes, it is.
When you
Quite
combine
phenomenal.
those two things, the crazy and lack of common sense, then we can go back to the government there and
You can see it reflected.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we're going to come back to my full size finisher here just to kind of clean things up. Shouldn't be a lot of worry.
Yeah, and Todd said common sense isn't as common anymore.
All right, that should have us pretty well cleaned up.
As Jim says, never underestimate the power of stupidity.
Oh man. Oh man. Now, because this thing is shaped the way it is, I don't have that big void, but I do have these wings. I still want to sand a little bit because I want to get rid of that little edge right here of bark. I just want to smooth over. There we go.
You don't want them to dye the rest of the wood red?
No.
Hmm.
Whether that's me or somebody else. Same on this other side. Both wings had a little sharp edge of bark sticking out. So that's much better on both sides. All right. I'm going to take my very well labeled bottle of walnut oil and just an acid brush. We're going to put walnut oil all over this little booger just to give him a little cleanup and a little moisture.
A little lubricant.
Yeah, over time it'll give it some it'll be some finish protection on it.
Gee, can I borrow some for my knees?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
You know, I used to work at, and some of you folks will, especially you folks in the south of the U.S., will remember Western Auto Stores. I used to work at one when I was in North Carolina, and we literally sold. Well, from time to time they would put the little small spray cans of WD-40 on sale for $1.
Right.
And every time we did, we made sure we had at least 2 cases out on the shelf. A case would have 24 cans in the case. I'd have 2 cans on the shelf and another 3 cans in the back for overflow stock. And almost every time, we would sell out of that. And we were selling it to ladies over the age of 65. And we finally, my area partner and I, we asked some of the ladies, why are you all buying all this WD-40? They were buying 4 and 5 cans a piece. We asked them, and oh, don't you know, it works great on arthritis. They were taking it home and spraying it on their arthritic knees and shoulders and what have you, and would carry it in their purse. They like those little tiny cans.
God, I'd need a bathtub full.
Well, they do sell it in gallon jugs. These were the little cans so that they could carry it in their purse, and they would, every time we ran it on sale, they would buy the store out. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And supposedly there's no truth to that, but anybody with arthritis who has tried it has said it works. This was in the mountains. You got to remember that. This is in the mountains of North Carolina, and mountain people do different things sometimes.
Now, Ron Todd made an interesting point. He said, Kingston Point, turning off the water to fire-prone areas in California, and what happened.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware they had done that. Doesn't make sense.
They were having trouble with the water supply, putting out those California wildfires, and people have speculated all kinds of things. Who knows? Who knows what the truth is? All right, this will be given time to
dry. The oil will take a little while to dry, but it will dry. Walnut oil dries on its own. It's one of the few nut oils that actually will dry. Let's see
That's a cute little vessel.
if I change cameras. There we go. And we'll hold that up. Got a little bark on that side, and that little branch inclusion that was trying to rot out right there, or I think it's ant eaten, not rot, because there's no punky wood in there. It's hard as a rock. Just a nice little opening to the pot itself. Pretty clear.
To it.
Nice. Yeah, you can see the speckles, the little black speckles. That's kind of typical of hackberry when you get it, and quite often the bark will have. It looks like warts in the bark. You think, oh, yeah, there might be a little burl in here, but it's really not. But those black lines, those black specks in the grain, that is common, extremely common. It's one way you know that you've got hackberry. But I'll reverse turn this, get that the tenon off, and get that all finished up. As
You might even leave that tenon as a foot.
yeah, I don't have the other one in here. I've got another one where I had a foot started at this edge, and I left the bead, but then I made a bead with the tenon, so it's almost like a double foot. It's really nice. I really like it. But then this is the one I did the other day. So you got two there, very similar, except this one is the double hollow, which we were after, but my wood collapsed. So there you have it, folks.
Such is life.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. You're sometimes we work with a natural material, and when you work with natural materials, sometimes things happen. And that was case in point right there. And I was really hoping to have two pieces of hollow wood so that in case that did happen, I could go to the second one. But the other piece I have is really not that hollow, so it would not have worked out as nicely. But anyway, we got that one. So I'll finish this up, and again, it'll be out there. Then so we can change cameras. Not change cameras, but we can bring the rest of the crew in. Todd, you got your clothes on?
Sometimes.
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure.
Boy, thank goodness for that. You might have got me excited being an old lady, Todd.
Oh me. Who Wayne, I think is in one of your lives. You brought your earworms back in, and Mark he wasn't exactly dressed. He was almost dressed, I think. I think he'd taken his shirt off to get dust out of it or something. Anyway, it was quite funny.
That must have been a while back.
It was way back. Mark was still in his old garage underneath his apartment.
Yeah, that was
Anyhow.
not a very big space.
No, it wasn't. All right, but that's it, folks. It's fun. As far as I know, I think next Tuesday is still okay. I've got a Tuesday coming up. I'm not sure when it is, but there's one coming up where we won't be here. But I'll let everybody know when that is. Zed, did you put out your link?
He did put the link out earlier on. He
Okay.
could, if he could put it in again, just to remind people.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, folks. Dale, Chris, Brian, Liz, thank you all.
There it is.
All you folks.
Zed's just put his link in for
All
his
right.
premiere later
right.
on.
Here, that's in about 2 hours from now. So that'll be
And
great.
He says he's going all in on the skew.
All right. All right.
Sounds like he's all skewed up.
That's right. It's always fun. Watching Zed's always fun. It doesn't matter what tool he's using or what wood he's using. You never know what's coming out. But anyway, it's all good. Thank you all for being here so much. I do appreciate it. Things are going well with the channel. Like I said, I've got a Tuesday or two coming up. I know there's one in April, maybe. it's either March or April that I won't be here. Um, but anyway, that we'll let you know exactly when that is when we get here. It's my camera's froze up again too, hadn't it?
Yes,
has.
it
It
has.
just did, yeah.
But we
So
can still hear you, and it's a nice
yeah, yeah.
voice you're holding.
There we go. Have to deactivate that camera and reactivate it, and then we're good. Okay. Yeah, looking up at the ceiling. But anyway, like I said, a Tuesday coming up here. I think it's in either in March or April that I won't be able to. Might be in February. I'll let you know. The week before, I'll let you know. Uh, so anyway, hey, I just noticed right, right there. You can almost see. You can see that little bump in the bark. That's one of those little bark warts I was talking about. Hackberry in the trunk, they'll be all over, and even in the branches for that matter.
You know,
Uh,
it's funny you say that because our hackberry doesn't have those markings.
really,
Yeah, like
you
the
don't.
little dark marks inside and the warts and that, because I have a hackberry out in front of my yard.
Uh-huh.
We don't get that.
Huh. I wonder if that's just something that's native to here. But anyway, it's a nice wood. It's a good density. It's not super heavy dense, and it's
Give me
not
one
soft.
sec. Give me one
Sure,
second, okay?
sure. But anyway, it turns very nicely as you saw it. It's not hard to turn unless you have something going on. Like in that hollow piece where the ants were, that wood was extremely hard. Hadn't turned anything that hard in quite a while. So
Yes, see,
anyway,
this is a piece of hackberry,
yeah, yeah,
and you don't see any of those marks
yeah.
anywhere along the wood.
It's just all white, isn't it?
And it's a much lighter color than yours.
Uh-huh. Yeah, mine's a little, well, I put walnut oil on it too, but it is a little more yellow. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, no,
All
thank you.
right. Well, very good. Very good. We're gonna call this one a day. It's been right at an hour, and I appreciate all of you being in. It's been good. Who was it? Pete saying he was like 98,000 away from being at 98,000 subscribers, and I'm about the same place, but we're getting there. Things are going well. The channel's doing great. I'm having a blast. Hope y'all are too. Got some ideas for some videos coming up other than the lives. We're gonna keep doing the lives, but we're gonna add some videos in there too. So with that, that's just a forewarning. So with that, we're going to start clicking buttons and say good night, everybody. Hope you have a great week.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night, everyone.